Don't need it. Check, 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 check. No, you wouldn't be able to hear that, but it's live. Just listen on your phone. I think we have the white headset going, Jeff. I got a. Yeah, we are. Good evening, welcome to Simmons Sports Center in beautiful Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. After a blustery day, we are ready for some red-hot hockey. Having some visitors. The Martello Buccaneers are in town before Christmas, and we welcome them and all of those who are watching from home, following along on High Button Sports. My name is Mark Rooney, along with Sean McCormick on camera. Starting goaltenders for the Martello Buccaneers, number 30, Callum Kelly, and for the Eastern Dukes, number 31, Mason McCausland. We're all set to go. Referee Jack McKinnon ready to drop the puck. Last weekend before Christmas, hope your shopping's done. I hope a hockey game was on your wish list, because we are going to have a great one here tonight. Buccaneers come in with a 10-6-0 record. (10-6-1) to be correct. This may be icing. It will be on the Buccaneers. First whistle of the evening will be icing on the Buccaneers. Dukes come in with a 13-4-1 record for 27 points, and everybody's chasing the St. John Vitoes. And maybe they're going to call that icing in error, as the face-off is at center ice. Curtin swings that back. All the way behind his own net is Bailey. Oh, a dangerous pass through the slot. Picked up by Bowering. Turnover for the Dukes. He'll swing that in. Sam Dunn back and forth with English. Dunn trying to go side. The stick was down, ice level, as Kelly is going to get the whistle. Face-off taken by AP Aiden McAdam for the Eastern Dukes. Missing for them is number 23, Dion Broussard, and out with an injury still is number 4, Ty Murnahan. So welcome to Aiden McAdam. And a warm welcome to all those fans of the Eastern Dukes who may not be with us here in person. Green back for it. Chip tie, it's minor hockey night. Is anyone with it? There's a shot right on McCausland with the first save of the night for Eastern. Oh, slipped through the crease again. Sullivan works for the Buccaneers. It'll get to center and no further. Luke Murphy's going to send the Dukes back, chasing that one. McCausland. And behind the net with Green. Now an attempt to hit Arsenault. Slid off the stick of Nash Langell, and the Dukes will go back for it. 2 minutes gone here. We start things up on a Saturday night for you in Charlottetown. Merry Christmas to all. Turnover side of the net. That was Henry off of injury. Welcome back. He and the other pillar of pain, Kipton Elward. Another shot. Then there's Godkin in front. So Kelly's turned away 3, and Godkin would have had an awesome look there and missed. Probert comes back the other way. He's got Pridham charging for the net. Try to hit him in stride. There will be a call going against the Eastern Dukes. As McCausland handles the shot easily. This will be a hook going towards Quinn McDonald as Pridham had a step on him. Face off to the left of McCausland. McClellan trying to battle through there off the drop. Henry will get it out there. Roach goes wide. Back to Murphy at the point. Shots through. High. That's going to be lofted high. He'll battle for it. 2 Dukes are in. Gardner trying to swing the stick and get that off of Murphy. Through center, McClellan. Hits Pridham. McClellan controls it. Now over to Murphy. Able to be kept in at the line. Roach. That'll go wide. And that'll be McCausland with another touch. A glove save. Probably would have gone wide. And McCausland's going to take the safe route. Good to have the Buccaneers over here in one piece after the trouble that the wind, significant wind. We need another word for it other than wind because it was crazy. But it's shut down the Confederation Bridge to all traffic for a good part of the day. And then low-sided vehicles were able to cross. So it's good that we're able to bring this here for you this evening. Nice new facility here, Simmons Sports Center. Trying side of the goal. The Probert shot. That hit the leg, I believe, of teammate Sullivan. So the Buccaneers with some good offensive pressure. Their power play 15%. The Dukes killing penalties at a 77% rate. And Aiden Green's going to settle that all the way down the ice. Chipped ahead by Kelly. Just 15 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Delayed offside. And Sullivan, as the Dukes D were aware of the delayed offside, and Sullivan thought the Red Seas had parted, and he went charging hard for the net. But it will be a delayed offside as Sullivan, the referees did finally pull that down. Probert and Campbell done. And in 12 seconds, McDonald will be out of the box. Dunn relieved of his face-off duties. Hartman will slip in for him. That's Roach swings that in past the stick of McCausland. It'll go back to Murphy. He'll swing that in wide. McClellan's got a handle on that. Green's all over him. Looking for the give and go. It's the skate. It's in the net off a skate. We'll have to wait for the announcement to get that, but the Martello Buccaneers off a pinball kind of action will be
should be on streaming somewhere.
Yep. So that one took a funky bounce in front of the Dukes goal and slipped past McCausland. The Buccaneers are ahead 1-0. So McClellan with the credit. Now here's a turnover as Theoropoulos, and I do hope I'm getting that right. I practiced, I learned, and I hope I have it right. Theoropoulos have a recipient of the turnover. Now another turnover as well. That one's high over McCausland. Shot in from neutralized territory. Buccaneers with an impressive forecheck thus far here in the game. Now McCormick will chip it in and go get. Knocked off the puck. And here comes Roach. Henry with a hard charging Mombourquette on top of him. Roach now looking for the slot shot. McCausland, a huge save to keep this one at 1-0. Huge key save as Roach walked right in. Puck drop will be to the right of McCausland. That was his biggest save of the evening thus far. We're just getting going. 6 minutes in, 1-0 Buccaneers. Buccaneers banging off the wall in front of their bench. All the way deep is Gardner. He'll get it to the line, but not out as a charging Balin keeps it in. All sorts of forechecking pressure here for Martello Buccaneers. They're pinning the Dukes in their zone. That's pushed in by Henry. In there is Godkin, but slipping through that check, maybe Dodge. No. Elward shots right on. And Kelly will grab that and keep that for a whistle. Elwood around, Miss McLennan. Now it's in front, Elwood. Kick wide by Kelly. Back home to Buccaneers. Puck carrier is Sullivan. Back forward is English. He'll try to slip wide. He's got a step on Baylor. It's in front! The net was empty, and Sam Dunn was tied up nicely by Murphy in front. Morrison's all over McCormick. Now the shot. McLennan got a stick on that for the Dukes. We've got matching McLennans on opposite sides. Green is going to get rid of the pressure. And that will be icing on the Dukes. Yes, we're in the last weekend before Christmas. Dukes are wrapping up a big homestand for the last 4 weeks. Two teams will play again tomorrow from Montague the Beautiful in southeast Prince Edward Island.
I have listeners at home saying they lost sound.
We're back now. McCormick banks that off. Hartman trying to catch up to it. He's got Balin. Hartman trying to catch up to it. McLennan. Kelly out to make the save. Smart play by the Buccaneers goaltender to come out and take away that angle. Duke's now pressuring. Sullivan can't get a good read on the backhand. Kelly's going to grab that, even though it was 3 feet over the net. He's going to pull it down. Both goaltenders have been sharp when they needed to be. This will be icing unless Probert, can race, and he does. All the way down. Good hustle by the Buccaneers forward, Probert. This will be high stick for sure if the Buccaneers touch it. Picked up by Quincy McLennan. He'll sidestep the check. Up to English. Trying to slip through. Roach takes him out. Back on the stick of English, and he'll just bang it in, and Murphy will turn it over. He'll go back to Bailey. Buccaneers cross ice again to Murphy through the slot. Long lead pass. Last one back for it is Elward. McCausland's there too. McCausland smartly swings that around to the far wall. Collision there. Into the skate of English. Fortunate for the Dukes. Now Pridham takes it at center. He'll just dump that in and lands in behind the goal. Bowering up to Henry. Cross ice left by McAdam. Perhaps thought there was a teammate behind him. Henry! And welcome back, Will Henry, doing what he does best. Trying to bang that up to Arsenault. Arsenault! Blocker saved by Callum Kelly as Arsenault strode down the right side. Dukes fans and team were excited about a big hit on the near boards. Perhaps less concerned about Arsenault's scoring opportunity. But there's Langell and Arsenault. Two top goal scorers. Theoropoulos into the skate of Langell. Langell can't find it. Picked up by Curtin. He'll hit the blue line. Worked down by Bowering. Dandy game we have going for you here from Charlottetown. Theoropoulos. McDonald is going to come away with that one. Gets it as far as Bailey and no further. This is going to settle right in on Kelly. No, it will miss him. And go for Duke's icing with 2:19 remaining here in period number 1. We hope you have your shopping and baking all done. Your days are getting down there. We've got tomorrow's game live from Montague here on High Button Sports. That'll be an 11 o'clock start. And then we will be off until post-Christmas when the Rebels will host these Eastern Dukes on the 27th. Aiden McAdam swings that over to teammate McDonald. Langell chipping that ahead. Arsenault, Dodge. There will be a penalty against Dodge as Arsenault had a step on him. And so with a minute 57 remaining, or the remaining of the first period, the Dukes will have the power play, trying to take the lead for the first time in this game this evening, grab some momentum heading into the second intermission. And the Buccaneers would be, I'm sure, content to see this settled at 1 as we head towards the first intermission. Nash Langell, he's got possession behind the puck. Over to Hartman. Arsenault goes back to Fisher, the goal scorer for the Dukes. Kipton Aylward gets that through and scores! No goal. No goal. Referee Cooper will now explain that to the Dukes assistant captain on the ice, Blake Hartman. The Dukes and their fans thought they had taken the 2-1 advantage. Referee emphatic and immediate with his call. I can only guess as the referee will go over to talk to Coach Will Proud. That may have been a high stick tipped in. No argument from the head coach of the Dukes in his first season. And we'll proceed with 1:36 in the period, 1:39 in the penalty. That one get all the way down to McCausland. It'll settle that for Aylward. Hurd strong pass to Fisher. Fisher's got 3. Fisher shoots. Oh, a nice glove save from Kelly. Fisher had 2 others with him, opted to shoot, hoping for the hot hand, and Kelly was the one with the hot hand in that situation. Banks back. Aylward. Backhand to Fisher. Look for the redirect. It was there. And Arsenault tipped it inches wide. Lovely setup by Fisher to Arsenault. We're into the last minute of play here in period number 1. Sauce it across to Aylward. Goes down the half wall. Hartman in there for it. Good pressure now by the Dukes on their power play. Second of the evening. Tried to go high again was Langell. Hartman battling forward. The net is empty. Another one by Callum Kelly. Sauce it across. Charging. There's a shot. Can Kelly find it? He finally does. A flurry of activity towards the end of this power play for the Dukes. And Callum Kelly, excuse me. Oh, I'm struggling with that. I apologize. Has held the fort for the Buccaneers, keeping a number of good scoring opportunities as opportunities only, not capitalizations. So the Dukes have 23 seconds with which to work. That's the time in the period, and 26 on the penalty. Looking like the puck may stay in. And of course, as soon as I say that, it doesn't. Good job by the Buccaneers to get that deep. Now it's just 10 seconds left. McDonald's going to have to throw a home run ball up there to the skate of English. McCormick. And time will expire. As a little bit of period-ending skirmish goes on. I don't think anything's going to come of that, however. The Dukes will take their dressing room, the Buccaneers will take theirs, and we'll take a short break here on High Button Sports at the end of 1 with a 14-12 shot advantage for the Eastern Dukes. We have a 1-1 score from Charlottetown. Please join us after the first intermission.
Test 1 2 3. Check check 1 1 2 2 3 3.
Welcome back for the second period action between the visiting Buccaneers and the hometown Eastern Dukes here on late December Saturday evening, our last one before Christmas. Thanks for joining us on High Button Sports. My name is Mark Rooney. And delighted to be able to bring you under 16 AAA hockey action. Dukes finished the first period with their second power play of the day. Unsuccessful so far, but 3 seconds remaining on this one. And the Buccaneers are back even strength. Turned over now Bauer, and quick shot from McCausland. (14-12) in favor of the Buccaneers. In period number 1 were the shots. And that will be gloved ahead, called down by the linesman. 27 seconds in. Try to get you some updated scores. The Vitoes at home to host their provincial counterparts, the Thunderbirds, and they have a 1-0 lead to the Vitoes, and they're holding on to first place by 4 points, I believe, at the moment. Earlier in the day, the team in second place, Cabot, kept their winning ways going. There's a big hit from Bailey on Godkin, who takes a little revenge. Highlanders took care of the Voyageurs 4-2. Those games were happening earlier. And I believe there is action in Tyne Valley as well. For the Rebels now, Gardner backhands. Elward got a handle on it. Delayed offside against the Dukes. They'll clear. As the Armada and the Rebels have been underway for almost 2 hours now. That game must not be live through Game Sheet, so I apologize I can't get you a little more update on that. Comes to Bauer, he'll go right back in. Forces Balin behind. In front now, picked up by the Buccaneers as they skate away with 4 strong. Probert, and they're offside. 4 strong with the Buccaneers. 4 strong wins, and boy, do we have some wind here. I'm sure you did where you are, perhaps. Confederation Bridge to Prince Edward Island was closed to all traffic for a good part of the evening and through the day today for a while. Following an 11-degree Celsius day yesterday, the winds were up over 100s. So some extreme weather as we get ready to hit the winter solstice tomorrow, shortest day of the year. And then we'll start to see them lengthen. Now here is Arsenault alone. Arsenault got ahead of him a little bit. Kelly decided to stay in his net, and probably a wise one at that. Looked like he was going to go for a puck battle with Arsenault, but the Buccaneers goalie decided to stay at home as he saw that was going to evade Arsenault of the Dukes charging hard. So almost home run ball for the Dukes. Now English settles in against Roach. This will be a no icing as McLennan's down in front now. Here come the Buccaneers all the way back. Good back checking. McLennan prevented a wide open opportunity for the Buccaneers in the slot. Good job by Quincy McLennan for the Dukes. So we've got McLennan and McClellan. Hopefully I'll be able to get through that one for the rest of the evening. Kept into Curtin shot from the point, missed. McCausland will hit Henry on the fly. Rink wide pass, just out of the reach of Aylward. And McCausland's going to handle that one again. Here's English. He's got Sam Dunn with him. Trying to get that through. Krause for the Buccaneers, with Morrison. Gentle toss ahead. Knocked out of the way by Greenis. Crease side. It comes to Campbell Dunn of the Dukes. Here we go. McCormick's in alone. Colin McCormick trying to find a hole. He scores! McCormick on a long home run pass. Handled it nicely. Worked Kelly on the deke and found a little corner on the left side. And the Dukes are ahead 2-1. So that makes the locals happy. So McCormick with his 12th of the year. His 21st point on the season. And statistics this week came out that McCormick is challenging for the all-time Dukes points lead. A short sample size, 3 years, but still. Now Campbell Dunn. He sidesteps the check. Oh, the puck was cleared away at the last second. Dunn with some nice hands there. And I believe it was Sullivan who saved the third goal of the evening. Back is Roach. Bowering with a poke check rather, and the puck lay motionless for somebody to grab. Now Henry's gone the other way with it for the Dukes. The side lane opens up. His shot will be wide. It'll come to Fisher, who's got the first goal of the evening for the Dukes. And it's 3-0. 3-0. Bad change shot in front. Krause just missed the net. How did that happen? A bad change on behalf of the Dukes bench. Now Bowering. Shot scores! Bowering with his second of the season. The second-year Duke has put the Dukes up 3-1. So the Dukes went from giving up a 3-0 to finding Bowering in the slot. And he made no mistake about it as he found a way to get through Callum Kelly. In front now, that's Henry pushing in towards the line, and back for it is Gardner. Fisher upended at center. Theoropoulos tried to get through center and couldn't. Curtin collects that. Theoropoulos backhands that through to center. And now the Buccaneers maintain possession. Curtin has got it to Gwyn Timothy. Shot missed. McCausland trying to get back in position, tied up by one of the Buccaneers players. And Theoropoulos able to keep that. Oh, redirection in front. Well positioned there was the Buccaneers' Mahoney. Balin takes out his man. And now Mahoney behind the goal. They go back to the point where he finds Murphy. That shot, the rebound was wide. Again, McCausland with the cover. And we played 7.5 in period number 2. That'll be Roach giving way to McClellan. Face-off won by the Dukes. They break out with a 3-1 lead as we approach the midway mark of period number 2. Headman pass finds McAdam. A nice feather pass. Shot. That was Arsenault who had a good look. A lovely touch pass by Aiden McAdam of the Dukes. Back the other way. McClellan. McCausland's going to venture out of his net. He's back in time for Roach to take a shot. He hit the post. Lachlan Roach off the right post. And now cross-checking will go against the Dukes. As Kelly was heading hard for the bench. Cross-checking against Elward. And Buccaneers will now go on the man advantage. Pridham, McClellan, Morrison, Murphy, and Roach. The power play unit. Comes back to Roach. He settles it at the blue line. Murphy with a one-timer. That's wide off the kickboard. Back to McClellan. He'll hit the dot, shoot it through. Not sure how that even got through or how McCausland saw it, but he did. No rebound. As Henry and Pridham behind the net are probably exchanging ideas for the Secret Santa between the two teams. Face off, clean win, Buccaneers. Murphy goes to Roach. Cross ice. Into McClellan. McClellan. Right to the side. He'll go side of the net. Oh, McCausland got a stick on that. And perhaps a good job that he did. Arsenault has McLennan. Arsenault trying to take some time. 1:20 left in the penalty. Arsenault doing a great job of lugging the puck and taking time off. This penalty to Henry. Kipton Elward, is the penalized Duke for cross-checking. Now Bowring in an attempt to ice the puck. Centered it in slot. McClellan was in a good spot. Now one time. Oh, and that was Morrison who was in a great spot in the slot. And just got enough to get it towards McCausland. If it was a curling shot, he had all sorts of weight. But in hockey, McCausland saw that and had time to adjust. So Mombercat and Godkin. Puck drop won by Godkin. He heads back towards his goal. Proburn's on him. And the Dukes will get that the length of the ice. Settled in behind the goal by Kelly, left for Bellin. Backdrop for Probert. Onto the stick of Bellin now. They'll go up to Bailey. Back to Bellin. It's the Dukes blue line. Pass Green. It's going to be in front. A soft feather pass. It found its way through the slot. Back to Bellin now. 20 seconds in the man advantage. Probert goes low. Lovely setup to Bailey. Missed the net. And in the process of sliding, McCausland caught the right post and moved it from its positioning. So we'll have the stoppage of play for that. "13 seconds remaining in the Buccaneers man advantage." Green against Probert in the corner. Sullivan's there, as is English. It'll go back to Bailey. Just 6 seconds left. Shot! McCausland collapses on that. Great job by McCausland to collect the rebound, or rather prevent one. Nice crowd on hand. It's the Saturday before Christmas. There could be lots else going on, but some minor hockey players in the rink tonight. Green's going to get that. And will we see icing? No. Probably he released it simultaneously with the end of the penalty. There's no indicator from the linesman. Now McLennan in front. Nice save. Kelly! Rebound! English! And the Dukes lead 4-1. Discussion between the referees. I'm not sure what this would be about, but the Buccaneers are listening intently, or trying to. I didn't see anything on the play that would pull the goal back. McLennan worked in with long reach, got the original shot. That looks like it's going to be a good goal. The original shot, nice save by Kelly. Now there's an explanation being offered to assistant captain Lachlan Roach of the Buccaneers, and they'll go and repeat the message, I'm sure, to the head coach of the Buccaneers. But with Kelly, maybe the question about goalie interference, perhaps. Again, I'm only speculating. So referee Cooper says they're ready to go. The end of all that is a 4-1 Dukes lead. English was in the right spot at the right time. Kelly was down off the first save. And that one is offside. That's the fourth goal on the year for Mason English. To go along with 9 assists for 13 points. English working his way up the Dukes ladder board in terms of points. Now McLennan, with one in each. I can get it with one in each shot, with one only in the game, but we've got a McLennan and a McClellan, so we're doing our best for you tonight here in Charlottetown. That puts English in sixth place. Points for the Dukes thus far. McCormick now overtaking teammate Dunn and Langell. 21st point of the season. And McCormick will go back to green. Found its way back to McCormick behind the goal. Inside 9 to go in period number 2, and the Dukes have opened up a 4-1 3-goal lead. Oh, nice save, short side from McKelly. Dukes are moving the puck well now. Oh, Hartman dispenses with Morrison. McCormick, a key shoulder save by Kelly, would not want to go down 5-1. 4 is rough enough. Kipton Aylward bumps with Bailey along the near wall. Yeah, the Dukes seem to be finding a little bit of confidence in puck movement now inside Buccaneers territory. That missed wide. Aylward will get that one on Kelly, and he's going to scoop it. For the whistle, 7:42 in period number 2. Now there's been a fan being removed from the game by the referees. Obviously I don't know what was said, and it looks like one of the Buccaneers will be removed from the game as well. That's Pridham. Not happy about being skated his way to the dressing room. But Pridham has left the game, as has a fan, I assume, from the Buccaneers side, who was overhanging the penalty box and really giving it to the officials. So they're unhappy about something. We'll do our best to get some intelligence on that. So 5 minutes will be Pridham, and he'll have the game as well. So whatever happened, fairly significant. We may have to wait till intermission now to get the particulars, but we'll try to bring that your way. Regardless now, 5 minutes. Man advantage coming the way of the Dukes already with a 3-goal lead. Arsenault now. This will be Hartman working it around in front. That one off the skate of Dodge from Langell. Back the other way, Kraus, shot, nice blocker save, McCausland. Well, the call was abuse of official. And that's something you don't see every day. So, Pridham gone from this game and more, I assume. Another one for the Dukes. And this one has gotten away from the Buccaneers a little bit. 5-1 now with Connor Arsenault. And still, all but 1 second of 4-minute man advantage. So what was a very tight game in period number 1 has opened up to a 5-1 lead, including a match penalty, and I'm going to guess a parental ejection from the rink. So the second period has definitely turned. Hartman found Arsenault. That's some down in front. He scores! And it's now 6-1. And Colin Kelly is doing everything he can. But certainly working against a 5-minute man advantage. It's uphill sledding right now for the Buccaneers. Now again, done with his second in mere seconds. 11th and 12th. And this one has gotten ugly right now, and we're going to see a goaltending change. No knock on Kelly at all, but the Dukes have just opened this up, and the Buccaneers have been back on their heels for a long time now. 24 seconds between the goals by Dunn in the middle of this 5-minute penalty, which is unfortunate for the Buccaneers to try to have to work through, but such is the case. The coaches are going to talk to Kelly. Certainly, I'm sure the message is, don't worry, buddy, you had a great first period and things just got away from us here. You've done your best for us. Still, just under 3 minutes to go on the power play. That match penalty to Pridham has become very expensive, and there's still time to go. And we still have 5.5 minutes roughly in period number 2. So there's a long, long way to go with this one. There's Quincy McLennan. He circles. The Dukes have blown this open. Bowering, back behind what once was a close game, is no longer. Still, 25 minutes on play to go. Fitzpatrick now in the game, and it lay on the doorstep, and he'll get his first real test. Brennan Fitzpatrick, the Buccaneers' second goalie of the night. Nets off there as Fitzpatrick laid out for that one. So with the cover, the face-off is going to be to his left now. Brennan Fitzpatrick into the game after the Dukes have scored 7 unanswered, in fact, 6 in this period, 2 on this 5-minute major power play. By maybe even 3 actually on the power play. Yes, Arsenault done and then done again. And Fitzpatrick's got that one in his possession. So 3 power play goals on the 5-minute major. And we no longer have a close game. 30-18 are the shots now. The Dukes in full control of this one at the moment. Fisher taps it ahead to himself. Good attempt. We got 1 minute and 40 seconds to go on the match penalty to Pridham. And for those of you unfamiliar, a match penalty is the most serious of penalties. Often an attempt to injure. This was in a case, was announced as abuse of official. So again, during the intermission, I'll try to find out the particulars. Hartman slips past Murphy. Buccaneers owned the Dukes in the first 5, 8, 10 minutes. They were ahead 1-0 after 4 minutes and 54 seconds. And had all sorts of presence in the Dukes' zone. And my goodness, as the worm turned, as they say. McCormick. He tried to go across. Now that's Fisher. And it goes behind the goal line. One time. Oh, Fitzgerald, excuse me. Listen, he made a wonderful save. I got to get his name right. Fitzgerald with a huge glove save. Nice setup by McCormick in front. So the incoming Buccaneers goaltender has passed all the tests thus far. Nice work, good hand-eye by McCormick to keep that in. Swings it across to Henry. Still 30 seconds left. We've been power play forever. Henry to Dunn. Campbell, that is. No connection, not even spelled the same as Sam Dunn, who scored twice in, did I say 26 seconds? 24 seconds. Now Sam Dunn has it again. He slips through center, bumped off the puck by Theoropoulos. And finally, the Buccaneers penalty has expired. They will play the remainder of the game without Jaden Pridham. Now Campbell Dunn weaves in all the way back to Sam Dunn. Stick check nicely there by Theoropoulos. Sam Dunn kept it in. And you've got to think now the Buccaneers have got to be demoralized. Can they find their energy again? Here's Campbell Dunn. A nice stick check there again as well by Dodge. Here comes Gwyn Timothy. He's got Dodge with him. He tried to go 5-hole. McCausland, who hasn't seen the puck in a long time, got the stick down, and now low is Mombourquette. Good job by McCausland to follow that all the way in. And a nice attempt by Luc Mombourquette. He's got the puck again, side of the goal. Stick handling away from English of the Dukes. Still with the puck. Good job by Mombourquette in the Duke zone. Now McCormick with English. And that will be thrown in by McDonald and thrown on to the body of Mason English for the delayed offside. Tomorrow we'll wrap up the pre-Christmas season. These two will go at it again. In Montague, puck drop is 11 o'clock. I'll be with you on the call again. And then we'll be off for a few days of Christmas. The Dukes will be back in action against the Rebels in game number 2. That's backhanded in front. McCausland without the stick. And McLennan's able to get that out. Now Aiden McAdam in a battle for it. Fitzgerald. The net is empty. Fitzgerald took a wild swing at it, missed. The leg was up and it slid under his leg. Had that been on net, that would have been an easy goal. I'm not sure for who. I do know now That's McCausland. Was taken down behind the goal. That was by McClellan. And that got a bit of a reaction from the crowd and from the Dukes as well. Into the hands of Quinn McDonald. Backhanded to Bowering. Chips that high off the glass. Back goes Murphy. 30 seconds remaining in what's been a Dukes-owned period. Sure, the Buccaneers will be glad to see the dressing room. There's Gardner coming down. He's got a shot. Fitzgerald had it. He didn't know he had it. It's under the leg. Yes, the Buccaneers will take some time, no doubt, to regroup. And the best thing you can do after a rough period like that, put that one in the rearview mirror for now, analyze it later, and see what you can make happen in the final 20. Duke scored 6 in the period. Why can't the Buccaneers? That's off the leg of Fisher. Friendly fire from Aylward. And that one is high into the mesh with a stoppage of play with just 3 seconds remaining. Godkin trying to go forward with it. Maybe he lost in the feet. There's a shot right on from Fisher, and Fitzgerald played it right to the buzzer. Thank goodness he did. Well, I've probably said all I need to about period number 2, but it was all Eastern Dukes as they poured in 6, including 3, I believe, on that extended power play. Yes, 3. So, after 2 periods of play, it is now Eastern Dukes 7, and the Martello Buccaneers licking their wounds a little bit heading to the dressing room. 1. Shots after 2 periods of play favor the Dukes 33-20. We'll be back on High Button Sports following the second intermission. We hope you'll be back as well. All set for puck drop, period number 3. We're live from Charlottetown. Dukes exploded with a 6-goal second period thanks to 3 power play goals and a 5-minute major, a match penalty assessed to the Buccaneers. So someone may just have gone on to Santa's naughty list. And however, 20 minutes still to play. And the Buccaneers had a strong first period. Back comes Godkin, trying to slip through. Murphy pushes him wide. Godkin with a sharp angle shot. Fitzgerald, who's into the game late, to relieve Kelly. Right on, McCausland has got a handle on that one as well. Puck drop will be to his right. Right in front, McCausland, right on. A leg pad save. That was off of Probert, who was in tight. That one's high. Right, bouncing puck off the back glass. Now Langell bailing on him. Langell's alone. Roughed up by McClellan and Balin. As Sam Dunn tries to join now, the shot didn't get through. That was off the stick of English. Now we will have an interference call. This one is going to go the way of Langell of the Dukes, and the Buccaneers will get some much needed good news. The Dukes will go on the penalty kill, and the Buccaneers seemed like an endless penalty kill on behalf of their units. Morrison in against and the Buccaneers push back early stages of their power play. Green anticipated that one and pounded it right back in. Buccaneers find Roach. He'll slip past Green. Roach now down the lane. His shot just missed. Kept in by Balin. Roach. We'll go back to Balin. Back to Roach. From the face-off dot shot. Tried to go low left side. And now it's Godkin on a battle for it. Roach is trying to catch. Godkin in tight. Fitzgerald with a 6 save. Cover the 5-hole. Beautiful.
What's wrong?
Chipped ahead. Now Godkin again. This time he's got Gardner. Godkin alone. Tries to slip it through. Oh my goodness. Beautiful move by Godkin to wait out Fitzgerald. And the puck lay wide open in the blue paint. Gardner couldn't get the handle. It's in front of McCausland trying to battle to find it. And the Dukes will clear it. Up to Montbarquette. He's with some speed, past Bowering. Tried to sidestep McCormick, who was coming at him hard. And we've got a mix-up now between Montbarquette and McCormick. A tripping call. That looks like it's going to go the way of McCormick, I believe. No. In fact, it's Montbarquette skating towards the penalty bench. So the power play for the Buccaneers has expired and turned over to the Dukes now, the man advantage. Tripping call against Montbarquette. Last thing the Buccaneers needed. We've played 5 here in period number 3, still 7-1 Dukes. Aylward swings it way across. Fisher try to get in front. Nice block by Curtin. Kept in by Aylward. He'll get his shot. Sticks. Saved by Fitzgerald. Dukes retain possession. Another nice one low by Fitzgerald, who's been perfect, and he'll glove that one on the side of the goal. He's been perfect since entering the game, and that's no knock whatsoever against Kelly. Things just unraveled in front of him, and he did all he could. And sometimes that happens. Now in their own zone, the Buccaneers. Bailey will get that all the way down. Sorry, that is Theoropoulos. Aylward with time to set up. 1:04 remaining on the minor penalty. And that one's going to settle off the stick of Fisher onto the stick of Fitzgerald. And the tall goaltender for the Buccaneers settles that one down. Final from Tyne Valley. The Western Rebels have handed it to the Basin Armada 5-1. And those two teams will face off again tomorrow. Earlier in the day, the Highlanders, we mentioned, doubled the Voyageurs 4-2. And still underway in St. John. Oh, beautiful setup from English to McCormick. And he couldn't find the handle. The Vitoes have opened a 3-1 lead against the Thunderbirds. Right on Fitzgerald again. A no-look pass from English. That was slipped through the crease. 10 seconds remaining. The man advantage. Buccaneers have gotten through most of it. Off to McCormick. McDonald pushing in. Buccaneers back to full strength. Now McCormick. Backhand in front. Sam Dunn trying to get a handle. And the Buccaneers will get that down the ice. No icing. Full change from the Buccaneers. Now turned over Probert. Probert, a heavy shot. That hit the leg of Campbell Dunn, who was the last man back for the Dukes. And that's an unusual position for him to be found. Dodge trying to catch up to McCormick. He does so. Nice work by Dodge to handle McCormick, and the puck will settle into Fitzgerald. And he'll get the whistle. 12:40 is what we have left in period number 3. The Dukes in full command. This will be no icing. Dodge a hair late. Charging the Dukes blue line, trying to keep that in. Tomorrow being the shortest day of our calendar year, the winter solstice. And the second period may have been the longest one of the Buccaneers season thus far. So far they have held the Dukes down in the first 8 minutes, including another penalty kill. Some nice job by Fitzgerald in the Buccaneers now. That was Roach trying to muscle his way. Was it Roach? It was trying to muscle his way through William Henry. And Henry stood tall. He's a hard guy to find the way through. McCausen's going to try to reach up for that one and pull it in. 37-24 of the shots. Again, in favor of the Dukes, and right now it's all Dukes. If things stand the way they are currently in both St. John and here in Charlottetown, there's a blocker save from McCausen. The Vitoes will maintain a 4-point lead on the Dukes. The Highlanders in between in second place with 30 points. I'm not sure if that includes tonight's win or not. It may. Langell now in the slot. Fitzgerald fought it off and got the glove onto it. Langell had a real good look at that one. Second period was the longest of the season that I've been involved with, that's for sure, time-wise. We're pushing 10 o'clock, and we still have 11 minutes to go in this one. Aylward with a kick save. And Fitzgerald watched that all the way into his CCM trapper. Bailey takes control. He'll get up the half wall. Chipped ahead. And that was from the Buccaneers forward Krause, who got that high into the mesh. That'll come back in Buccaneers territory. Dunn and Morrison on a puck drop. One clean by Dunn. It's back to Green. Arsenault around the net. Arsenault. A head fake. Now Aylward. And again, Fitzgerald, nice decision to stand up for that one. He redirected that one from the shoulder to the mesh. And we apologize there. We did have a audio issue just temporarily. We're back. We're back for the last 20 seconds here on High Button Sports. Reminding you tomorrow at 11 o'clock, a rematch between these two teams. A good night's sleep. We'll get everybody fresh and rested. That comes into McCausland, who's been tested heavily here the last few minutes. And the Buccaneers in the last 3-4 minutes have gotten the shots to a respectable 42-35 deficit. That's going to be chipped out by Arsenault. Chips it ahead. Bailey's got it. And that is going to do it. Fitzgerald with one last save. Dukes will go congratulate their goaltender, McCausland. Buccaneers will do the same for Fitzgerald, who came into the game, shut the door. Again, Callum Kellett with a lot of great work. He was just overwhelmed, and the Buccaneers played down a man for a lot of that second period as well. Final shots on goal, 42-35 in favor of the Dukes. The final score, 7-1. That's it from Charlottetown. We wish you a good Saturday night. And we will see you tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock here on High Button Sports.